Not all women have the same experiences of sexism, and not all people who experience sexism are women. This week we're talking about intersectionality and marginalised groups within feminism, which was a topic suggested by one of our subscribers over on the Facebook page, Megan. So hello, Megan. Hi. Thanks for the topic suggestion. This is a really important issue that a lot of mainstream feminism simply doesn't pay enough attention to, although that's sometimes easy to forget when you move in relatively progressive circles and or are relatively quite privileged yourself. Privileges and oppressions aggregate, and within pretty much every marginalised group there will be subgroups who are more acutely marginalised than others. All women stand to experience sexism and misogyny because they're women. However, the sexism they experience is not always the same. Women of colour experience racism and sexism, and specific forms of sexism that white women will never experience. LGBTQA women experience heterosexism and sexism, and specific forms of sexism that straight women will never experience. Trans women and trans men and other gender variant people experience sexism and cissexism, which is another word for transphobia, as well as specific forms of sexism that cis women will never experience. And a lot of the experiences that mainstream feminism does tackle, those experiences primarily of white, straight, cisgendered, able-bodied, middle-class Western women, will simply never be experienced by women within these marginalised groups. I'm not saying that there aren't still relevant issues to discuss and rally against that do affect these white, Western, straight, etc. feminists, and there are issues, which I think some of which we have discussed, which do affect all women or cross over into multiple groups of women. There's also strength and solidarity to be found in numbers, in coming together all under the one umbrella term of female oppression. But we need to show this solidarity to all women and non-cis men and gender variant people as well, and direct that strength towards tackling the issues that don't just affect the most privileged amongst us. We also have a responsibility, if you are privileged, to act as a mouthpiece and an amplifier and a signal boost for the issues of those people who are less privileged, and therefore sadly are less likely to be listened to by most of society. This doesn't at all mean acting as a spokesperson or speaking on their behalf. Mostly what it means is taking the spotlight that may so often be on you if you are more privileged, and actually directing that spotlight towards someone who isn't going to be so readily given the opportunity to talk about their experiences or listened to when they do. That said, unfortunately, or possibly fortunately, although I do identify as a queer woman, I don't really seem to have any experiences that I can draw on to tell you about how sexism, or my experiences of sexism, have differed. Although I've certainly experienced heterosexism and biphobia, I can't think of a time when that's specifically affected or altered the way I've also experienced sexism. And other than that, I basically have every privilege going. So instead of trying to talk about experiences that I haven't had, and because this video is already quite long, I'm going to throw the floor open, because Those Pesky Dames is, and was always intended to be, a platform for the voices and experiences of people who are less often given the opportunity to speak and are less often listened to. Obviously that's generally female voices, but as we said, there is a specific problem within feminism where we're all too often listening to straight, white, female voices. So please use this channel and the sort of community that we're trying to grow around it as a platform to make your experiences and your voice heard. Please make response videos to this video, and we'll put them up on the Facebook page, we'll put them up on the Tumblr. We have a Tumblr now, by the way, you should go and check that out, link in the description. We'll put them up on the Twitter, we'll put them in the playlists for this week. Make videos about the issues that aren't covered by white, straight, cisgendered, Western, middle-class, able-bodied feminism that you never hear talked about. Make videos about how your experiences aren't the experiences of mainstream feminism and how this affects you. Make guest videos, make a series of guest videos, and we'll put them up on the weekend. Please leave videos, please leave comments about your experiences. I really want to try and get a huge discussion going this week about all the issues that just aren't talked about enough. Love and solidarity to you all. Mwah!